Yo, what's up? My name is Arushi and today I'm going to be talking about something a bit different than I usually do. So if you can guess by the title, this is definitely not a book-related review or anything to do with books, unless you count test prep. I was a couple months ago thinking about making this channel more than just book stuff. I documented for myself like the struggles I went through, so all these like reactions and all those types of things that you see people do. I kind of want to start now, and obviously like these will be few and far between. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm just here to tell you about my ACT story. I'm prefacing this video by saying, obviously this is not intended to brag, right? I'm just telling you my story. If you think it's bragging, fine. Needless to say, obviously I don't want to be bragging, and I have not taken it upon myself to tell everyone I meet, like, hey, look, I got a 36, that's my best accomplishment. That number is not going to necessarily get me into the college I want. And I no place to be spreading bad karma. So yeah. I'm not gonna give any advice in this video, but I have tons and tons and tons to say. So if you want to see that video ASAP, like as soon as possible, comment down below. If you really don't care about what time that comes out, then just give a thumbs up and I will make that at my own pace and put it out. Unless like people really want to see it. For a lot of my life, I have been taking like standardized testing, not necessarily like the ACT and the SAT, but ones that have been toned down to be like national scores. Like in middle school I took a bunch and I was apparently scoring well on them, although I never really remember what my scores were. Good boarding schools and stuff would be like, hey, your scores are looking well, like look at this school. In freshman year I was like, okay, we're gonna take an ACT, see what happens. So I took it in December. I don't really remember doing any prep for it. Maybe I honestly probably did a couple of sections from like the official ACT book, but other than that, I don't remember doing any prep. Just went, I took it. I ended up getting a 30. Wasn't what I was hoping for, but granted that I had no prep. My emotions were very mixed. It was like, okay, this is a good benchmark score, but like, could I have gotten higher, or am I not gonna get any higher? At that time, a kind of irrational fear of mine, was that I was not going to do well, and I was not gonna get a better score, or I was totally gonna flop. At least like standardized testing, even though I knew I had done well with standardized testing all throughout middle school. And I still was like, oh, okay, we definitely need to do something so the next time I take it, it'll be much better. The next year rolls around, I think it's like summer maybe, and I sign up for this test prep class. He's very popular, and he's known for having good scores and prepping you really well for the test. I take this class, and it was from October to February, and then we would take the February ACT with the December optional ACT to take as well. So about a year and a couple months after the first ACT I took. So it was a pretty, good time frame between them, and literally from October to December, I completely bombed that class. So we would have daily homework checks for each class. It was not daily because the classes were every week on a Monday, and we would have class homework checks where it'd be like, did you do your homework? They would go through it. They would give you scary colored stamps. And when I mean scary, I got all red stamps, which means I didn't complete it. And I think it was really funny just because I don't know, I just, looking back on it now, I kind of feel that those like first 3 months were kind of a waste for me and the class I was in. Like, I obviously wasn't doing well. We were taking diagnostics, was doing actually worse than that 30. I thought I was stupid. I actually thought I got stupider. Because honestly, the diagnostic scores were reflecting a lower score. They were reflecting like 26s and 29s, which was not a 30 or above. You know, I was expecting to be past where I was already. So I completely died inside, you know. Then I was like, you know what, January, new year, new me, I'm gonna kill it. So that next month and a half, all I did was the ACT. I studied so hard and I improved my diagnostic scores from all the way from like a 29 to a 33 in the matter of like 4 or 5 diagnostics, which is a lot. Last couple of weeks he was like, you know, if you're improving your score by 1 point, that's just the system, because they had like changed the system a bit. But if you're improving it by more, it means it's you. And to say that I improved it by over 4 points then was a pretty big deal for me, and I was really excited because that, you know, that meant that like, you know what, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take the test. I'm gonna score a 33 at least, you know. So I go, I take the February test, I sit in, and honestly, it was fine. It wasn't completely dying, but it really wasn't as bad as I thought. And when I mean totally guess, I mean, you know, educated guessing. I did all the prep stuff. I did what I had to do. And I took it with the essay section as well, so, you know, I just completely didn't study for that. And a couple of weeks later, I told my parents, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a reaction of my scores, right? And like, just tell me my password, tell me if you know what my score is, but don't tell me what my score is, so I can get my reaction. Needless to say, they told me that I got my scores back in the middle of this class I was in, statistics. And I was like, well, how am I supposed to film it? Like, I want to know, right? So I remember I was just like frantically getting out my phone, typing it into ACT, you know, the username, password, and then I was like, oh my god. And if you don't know, to view your scores, you have to implement your password again. So then I was like, okay, gonna put it in. I click enter, I don't look, and then I know it's time to look. I look, and in the big box at the top, it says 36, and I died. I completely just like died inside. It was unreal. I was in shock. I have since gotten over that shock, but that shock really lasted in me for the entire month of March and half of April, because like, I could not believe I had gotten a 36. And the reason that I could not believe is not that I was thinking that, oh, I'm not good enough for a 36. It's just my goals based on the diagnostic score was to get anything above a 34 or above. And I was just in so much shock. And also I like went down, I looked at my scores, and I was actually really surprised. So I got a 35 in English, 35 in math, and then I did better in the back half, which is where I got a 36 in reading and a 36 in science. So I was very surprised because performing in the back half better is actually harder, just because it's like you have taken so much of your time and effort in the beginning, and the two sections at the beginning are the longer sections. I definitely told people after that reaction, because I had my one friend who I'd been talking about the ACT with for a while. She was like, I was like, hey, can you look at this? These are my ACT scores. They came out. She's like, oh wow, that's cool. So then she looked at it and she's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, that says what I think it says, right? Like, I was in complete shock. I was like, is this phone real? They're gonna send a score back saying like, no, really, you didn't get a 36, you got a 26. I was in complete shock. And I'm gonna make this really quick because I'm running low on battery. So essentially, I was just shocked for days. That really is my story. Obviously, I am not gonna take it again. I am definitely not going to waste my time. There's no reason to, but I just want to let you know, and I'm going to put this at the beginning, but thanks for watching. Remember to like and comment and share and subscribe, And please comment down below if you want to see those tips and tricks, and I'll let you know. Bye.